It was a little bit disappointing that we lost 3-1. On this tour, I think the form of Virat and Rohit really mattered a lot. I have known Rohit, and he's what you said, he's a selfless guy because he always looks at team first. If you look at the last two test matches, it was almost similar fashion that he got out in the slip cordon.
Sir, you can't stay away from Indian cricket, considering you have been part of Indian cricket system over so many years, and apart from being an administrator, you've been a coach, come manager. Of course, you've been a Test cricketer yourself. Uh, I would definitely would like to have your views on related to what happened in Australia. Obviously, you must be very very disappointed with the way India played, and like fans, you must be getting early up in the morning and सारे का सारा नींद भी खराब हुई होगी. How do you react to the defeat?
Yeah, I think it was a little bit disappointing that we lost 3-1. We had good moments as well. We could have won the series as well. But in cricket, what happens? You got to encash those good moments. And in every game, in especially Test matches, there will be critical moments, and the team which encashes those critical moments, they win. And I think Australia encashed those moments very well. Uh, Again, I would say that people are looking at 3-1. I think it should have been the 3-1 the result in our favor, because we had even the last test match we could have drawn another test match we could have won. This test match I think we should have won again, because once we got them all out for 181, if we had got to 200 to 200 plus, I would say that it would have been very difficult. It was unfortunate that Bumrah was not fit to bowl in the second inning, but that's part and parcel of the game. But yes, I think we just could not get that score on board to put pressure on the Australian batting.
Absolutely, so but would you pinpoint exactly what could be the reason behind this? Like, obviously, batting failure was visible, but was there anything that we need to work on, or what exactly failed? Is it the form of Virat and Rohit, the big players, the that we were expecting from Rohit? Virat, especially, has been very, very successful in the past. Do you think one of the reasons was that the two big guys failed? That's why we lost out, and obviously we could see the whatever on the scorecard.
See, yes, obviously you expect senior guys to perform. Definitely, if not in the two game, but the third game, every third game, I think one of the senior guys had to take that lead and perform. That's why we always call that the senior guys have to take that, and the juniors guys support them. On this tour, I think the form of Virat and Rohit really mattered a lot, and that was, I think, the cause that the youngsters. Yes, Jaiswal played well. Pant played well in patches. Gill was good in the first two games, but later on he was struggling. Rahul the same way. So I think our batting never clicked as a whole unit. That's very important, because if you want to be successful, the top six batsmen, two batsmen have to get big hundreds. If you want to win, and that was, I think, lacking. And that's the reason why we could not get more than 250 plus in the first innings.
Absolutely, but were you surprised that Rohit had to set out in the last time? Was it a right opt out? I would say, because he used the word opt out in the last test. Was it a sign of unselfishness? Was it sign of selfless cricket, keeping team ahead of himself?
See, I have known Rohit, and he's what you said, he's a selfless guy because he always looks at team first. If you look at the World Cup, 50-year World Cup, he used to take charge, and then the other guys used to because he used to give that start. He said, as a leader, I want to set the ball rolling. And here also, he felt that I think it was a brave decision by him, and looking at the team's perspective that the batsmen are not performing and his form is not that great. So he said that rather than me playing the not in form player, rather you take a player who is in form. I think that was a great, I would say, a gesture by a captain to opt himself out of the team. Uh, Again, I would say that yes, the guys who were like Rahul, Virat, these guys had to take some responsibility, because when Rohit was not there, these were the senior guys, KL Rahul, then Virat, Pant. They had to get big score. Getting 40, 50s is not because in test matches, as I said, set batsmen have to get big scores. That's very important. And if you look at Jaiswal, he got two big scores, 80 plus in both the innings, in the last test match. Um, but he's a young. Was his first tour, so there were guys who were on the first tour. It was good to see Reddy getting 100 as well. But as I said, the top five batsmen, one or two guys had to get big hundreds. That was missing on this tour.
So I remember you were I think one of the coach when India under 19 toured Pakistan, and Virat was one of the players out there. So you must be definitely knowing what Virat kind of a character he is. So the way he was getting on this particular test series, was it mental or was it technical? Obviously, he was getting out in the same way into the slips. Couldn't he have contained himself, curbed his instincts of not playing like what Tendulkar did in Australia like, years back, giving away those cover drive, not going for that particular drive instead of choosing other shots? Could he have done that? Is it the mental aspect or is it like the technical aspect that he's getting wrong? What is it? What is wrong exactly with Virat right now?
See, at that level, it's definitely mental aspect because they have been playing for n number of years. He had been scoring the same way in the past. Now, at the age, yes, if you get out to a similar fashion twice, then you start thinking on those lines. But I think somewhere the other, he wanted to get out of that thing. Sometimes the batsmen feel that if I can score and then get out of that rough patch, but he had got 100, in one of the test matches. So I don't think that was the case. But if you look at the last two test matches, it was almost similar fashion that he got out in the slip cordon. Mm, Mental, yes, one aspect, because as a player you can always restrict your shots. I'm going to get out on these shots. I will not be like Sachin that, because great players do that. And I was surprised that Virat never did that in this tour, because he's such a great player. He's a player who can adapt to any situation. And we all have seen that, even if you are chasing, he is the guy one we bank on, because in chases he would make sure that he is there till the end. He will restrict himself, will adapt. Yes, he's a little bit positive. He's got a good running with the wickets, and he's always positive in his approach. But I think he could have restricted that and not played away from the body. If he had allowed the ball to come to him and close to the body initially till he gets 50s or 60s, and then he could have played his shot. But sometimes you feel that as that is his favorite shot as well, cover drive, because he plays that shot very well. He must be thinking that once I get my cover drive, the rest is history, because I can bat well. That's the reason why. And the Australians, we must give credit to Australian bowlers that they really pegged him down there and there only, you know, and made him really work hard on his cover drive as well.
So could this be those one-off test series that these two big players haven't performed and they have a lot of cricket left in them, or is it time to call it a day for these young nahi, but quite an old cricketers, quite veterans? How do you see that? A lot of people are calling it, but it's up to the selectors and the players to decide. How do you see that?
I think still they have got a lot of cricket, because Rohit, once he starts batting, you see that he's a champion. He has got so much time. He's so elegant, and you see you love watching him. Same with Virat as well. Uh, I think it's too premature to tell that whether they should. It's up to them. They have. It's just that these two series have not been, and in every cricketer's this lifespan there will be a bad patch. How great he is. They will go through these rough phases, and I'm sure they will come out of it. And that is why cricket is a very unpredictable game. We always say it's unpredictable, because one day you're a hero, the next day you're a zero. So it all happens. So that's why they say when you're doing well, when you're in good league, make so many runs that it will take care of your bad times. And I'm sure these players are very hungry still. If you look at Virat, his aggression, and I think the body language, the intent which he goes into bat, and the way after he get out, his intent shows that he still has got a hunger for runs. And same with Rohit as well.
So last couple of questions. One, calls are saying that these cricketers should go and play domestic cricket. I mean, yeah, there will be series between England series T20 and then Champions Trophy. It's not that everybody would go, but how important is domestic cricket, since you have been a domestic stalwart apart from being an international cricketer and also an administrator, somebody who has overseen a lot of cricket? So how important is domestic cricket for these cricketers, that they have to go and play if they don't perform in international cricket? Do they take their places for granted, or is it like it's important to play domestic cricket so that they can stay in touch, they can be among runs, they can carry the confidence at the next level and keep themselves proving themselves every time, because there is a lot of competition out there?
I still believe that they should play domestic cricket because that's the key, because you come up with domestic cricket only, then only you get into. But when you're not doing well, I think that's the best thing, that you have to go back to your, like drawing board. We always say that we got to go back to your basics, and domestic cricket your basics. So if you go back to your domestic tournament, get some runs, that confidence come back, then again you are. So when you have time, the problem was that the the international players never had time because there is so much cricket, and they just switch from one format to other from one format to other, like from Test cricket to one day to T20. So they don't have much time in between those who play all format. So it's difficult for them. But I think now, even I heard Gautam's interview press conference after the game, and he also formed believer that they should go and play domestic cricket. Whoever player is there, irrespective of how great he is, he has to. If you look at Sachin, he used to come back and play domestic cricket. If you even Sunil Gavaskar, they used to play club cricket. Sunil Gavaskar, we were playing a Kangali game, Rajasthan versus Dadar Union, and he came from England. He got 221 against England at Oval. The next day, he was there for a Kangali game. So that was a commitment. So I still feel that these players, if they have time, they should come and play for domestic cricket.
Thank you so much, Lalu sir. That's what we called Lalchand Rajput sir. You've been fantastic and been bold in giving those amazing answers. Uh, for now, it's Cricket Next. That was Lalchand Rajput sir, former India cricketer, of course, UAE coach right now, and a veteran administrator. It was fun talking to him. I hope you like the video. Do like, share, and subscribe. And we are going to meet him soon, maybe in during the Champions Trophy when India tours Dubai, and we'll do a lot of stories with him and explore Dubai as well. Thank you so much, sir, and thank you, viewers, for watching this interview.